Well, good afternoon. This is Keith, KG4ZXK, and I wanted to put together a little video of the ham radio install that was done yesterday on my 2009 Hyundai Sonata. I got the car about a year ago and didn't really know how I wanted to put the radio in the car. I didn't want it to look like it was just thrown in. I didn't want to lose any functionality of the interior of the car. And needless to say, days turned into months, and here it is over a year later. It's finally done. But I wanted to put together this video and show you the install in hopes that if you're trying to figure how to put a radio in your newer model automobile, maybe some of what I show you here will give you some ideas and tell you that it can be done. So let's take a look at the vehicle. As I said, this is a 2009 Hyundai Sonata, mid-size sedan. And unlike the General Motor vehicles I had, it was hard finding places to put the radio in. Unlike the General Motor cars I've had, the Hyundai doesn't have a lot of areas in the passenger compartment where you can run wires, or at least they're not so obvious. Everything, the pillar bars, the dash, everything is just tight. So that was my main concern. How can I get the radio in the car but make it look like it wasn't thrown in and just velcroed together and wires laying everywhere? My car is my primary source of transportation, also for recreation, but is also used for my job, and I just didn't want the ham radio equipment causing me to not be able to use the car in all of those capacities. So this install, I think, answered all of my questions. The first step was to get an antenna mount. I already had the diamond dual band antenna, which will do 2 meters and 440, or 2 meters and 70 centimeters. It's VHF UHF. The radio, which is a TMD700 Kenwood, also does APRS, so I also wanted that functionality to continue to be used in the new install. So really, you see the antenna here on the rear deck lid. You see the external speaker, and there is the GPS receiver. Let's go look in the trunk and see the heart of the system. Well, the first thing we do is we bend the antenna over, and that raises the hood up. And so you look inside, you see, well, there's my HT I was using until the install. Where is the radio? Oh, here it is. Was able to mount the Kenwood body directly under the rear deck plate, and that worked out a lot better than placing the radio on the side as I originally thought. I can load luggage, whatever, in the rear and don't have to worry about this being hit. The TMD700 does have a data port. I can hook a laptop to it. This is the GPS. This would be if I was going to run a TNC directly into the radio instead of using the built-in TNC. And of course my wiring for the panel control and the mic. Let's go take a look under the hood. Well, the engine compartment, compared to my earlier vehicle, there is more room to operate with. Did a clean, straight install through the firewall into the engine compartment, and got the power to the radio and the GPS receiver all running from here and going inside the body. So it took us maybe 15-20 minutes to figure where to go in the firewall, but that is the best way to go. to run this power and not have to worry about doing a lot of drilling and going underneath the body of the car as some people talk about. The nice thing with the Hyundai is we lowered the rear seat here, and I'll go ahead and do this real quick for you. We were able to run all the wiring under here. Let me close this back, and then we went under the outer moldings here, went under the A-pillar. Again, everything is under here. All the power, the control, and the mic is all running under here. And up there. The microphone is conveniently placed inside the side of the driver's cockpit. It is not in the way of operating the car at all. And it provides easy access to the mic when you need to use it. Like I said, my main concern was I didn't want to lose any functionality or features of the automobile with the radio being put in. So I didn't want it on the dash. I need to clean the dash today. Main concern was direct sunlight constantly hitting the radio unit. That there's been times in the past in the other car, after a while the display didn't like to work for a while when the sun was on it. So this is where the radio is at. I can move the gear shift. When it's parked, I'm not really looking to be playing with the controls. So we'll, let's see here, move it in neutral. And I have full access to all the controls. The left side is the APRS information. The right side is the voice, which is currently on the car's W4CAR 2-meter repeater. The nice thing is, this can come out. I can take this out, unplug it, close this down, and I can store the head unit up here. So if I'm in a spot where I'm not too comfortable with it being out, it goes. But the nice thing is, there's no wires, there's no Velcro, there's no stuff laying around, no wires for people to get caught in their feet. It is out of sight, except for what is needed, which is the mic and the head unit. Well, that's the ham radio install. I hope it gives you some ideas about how to get your radio in your automobile if you've been trying to figure out a nice way to do it. I really want to say thanks to Jason Roush, KE4NYV, good friend of mine and owner of RPC Electronics, lives up on the Eastern Shore. He had some ideas I hadn't thought about. He had some equipment that made this job a lot easier to get done. But I really appreciate what he did. And I hope you find some things here you can use. And just think, not only will you have a nice radio installation that you will enjoy, just think how fun it'll be to brag and show off to all your buddies how good your installation was done and compared to theirs. Look forward to talking to you on the air. Maybe I'll catch you on APRS, or maybe I'll catch you on HF. But take care, and 7-3s. Look forward to hearing from you if I can be of any help.